You're pathetic. Little shop. My brother laughed at the family dinner. I'm a CEO now, but when he tried to close his biggest deal the next day, he froze. Because sitting across from him was his biggest client, me. Kieran had no idea that Thorn Enterprises, his company's largest account, was actually just me. I'd been using my middle name and a business address to hide my identity for 2 years. See, while he was climbing corporate ladders, I was quietly building an empire from my pathetic little shop. What started as selling handmade jewelry online exploded into a multi-million-dollar e-commerce business. But let me tell you how we got here. Growing up, Kieran was always the favorite. Star athlete, honor roll student, class president. Our parents hung his achievements on the refrigerator like trophies, while my art projects got shoved in drawers. When I graduated high school, I told everyone I wanted to start my own jewelry business. Kieran laughed so hard he nearly fell off his chair. Serafina, you can barely balance a checkbook. You think you can run a company? Our dad nodded along. Maybe consider something more realistic. Kieran's studying business at State. That's a real career path. So I took out student loans, rented a tiny storefront on the worst lockdown town, and started making jewelry by hand. For 3 years, I barely scraped by. Ramen for dinner, sleeping on a mattress on the floor, no heat in winter because I couldn't afford the gas bill. Meanwhile, Kieran graduated with honors and landed a job at Blackstone Packaging Solutions. He'd come home for holidays in his expensive suits, talking about his promotion track and company car. Our parents would ask about his 401k and health benefits while I sat there with jewelry making burns on my fingers. Still playing with beads and wire? He'd smirk. When are you going to get serious about life? What they didn't see was the late nights I spent learning e-commerce, studying social media marketing, teaching myself photography for product shots. I started selling online, first on Etsy, then my own website. One celebrity wore my earrings in a magazine spread, and everything changed overnight. Orders flooded in. I hired my first employee, then 5 more. I moved to a bigger workshop, started carrying other artisans' work, expanded into home decor. Within 2 years, I was pulling in 7 figures annually, but I kept the same tiny storefront as my public face. Let everyone think I was still the struggling artist sister. It was easier that way. Less questions, less family drama, less pressure. Kieran got promoted to regional manager, then VP of sales. He'd brag about landing huge accounts and closing major deals. I'd nod politely while secretly knowing my monthly packaging orders were probably funding his bonuses. Last Christmas, he really went for the throat. Serafina's still living in that fantasy world where crafts pay the bills. Meanwhile, I just bought a house in Riverside Estates. Our Aunt Cordelia tried to defend me. She seems happy with her little shop. Happy doesn't pay for retirement. Kieran shot back. I'm trying to help her see reality before it's too late. That's when I decided to place my biggest order yet. $2 million worth of custom packaging materials for my holiday collection launch. I made sure to request Kieran specifically as the account manager. At dinner last week, he couldn't stop bragging. I'm about to close the biggest deal of my career tomorrow. Some jewelry company called Thorn Enterprises. They're ordering $2 million worth of packaging materials. I nearly choked on my wine. That was my order. Sounds impressive, I said, trying not to laugh. The next morning, I walked into his conference room in my usual jeans and hoodie. Marcus was mid-presentation when he spotted me. Alina, what are you doing here? Security. His assistant whispered something in his ear. His face went from confident to confused to absolutely horrified. You're Thorn. I pulled out my phone and canceled the order right there. $2 million, gone with a few taps. Looks like your biggest deal just walk out the door, little brother. His company went under 3 months later.